Hey guys, it's me, the littlest of Sirfetch'ds. I forgot that this channel exists. So, we're making a video today of ranking all 48 Mega Pokemon. There's 48 of them, which is absolutely crazy. They're not in Pokedex order, obviously, because, like, Mega Beedrill is, like, right here, but we're gonna rank them all. So, I think this also includes. Yeah, it includes Mega Rayquaza, but this doesn't include the primals. So I guess technically, according to this, they don't count as primals. So let's begin. Venusaur is okay. I like how the bulb gets like becomes like almost like a canopy of trees. I'm gonna say B is okay. It's like right in the middle. S is obviously amazing, and then D is just terrible, and then C and A are like in between those, obviously. So B, we're kind of use this for like, oh, it's just kind of like middle of the line. And honestly, I think this is a little. Actually, I honestly think I would put this in A. It's a pretty cool looking one, but not one that I would really care to use because we have one of the best boys up here, Mega Charizard X. If you don't know, this is one of the best looking Mega Pokemon of all time. I love the blue fire and the black body, and like all the blue and black are just a good color combination. I hate that this thing's shiny because it comes like green, which is just, ugh. It's like a weird olive green, and it's not really that good, but honestly, I still very much love Mega Charizard X. It is an amazing Pokemon, and of course, it got a second one, Mega Charizard Y, which I think belongs in the C tier because it is kind of trash. I mean, going from X to Y here, like, it's just trash. It's not good. It is not good at all, man. You throwing that at me, I'm going to choose this one 100% of the time. I'm not going to choose Y. It's gross. I do like, though, how the shiny Mega Charizard X does keep the blue flames. That's cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. Blastoise, I'm gonna put it with Charizard because, I mean, the big cannon's kind of cool, but it's just kind of weak in my opinion. It just basically just gets like a cannon, a big cannon on his back. Like, I want to take a look at Blastoise. Let me see what that looks like. Blastoise, oh, it like takes its cannons that it has on its back and it moves them to its arms and then gets like a big cannon, and that's like really the big change that it has, and it's just kind of, it's fine. It's just I don't really care too much about it. Same probably with Alakazam. It just gets more spoons and a bigger mustache or beard, I guess that would be. It's just kind of lame. It's just kind of a not decent one. It just gets more spoons. The whole thing with the Aber line is just spoons. I don't care too much for it. It's not really okay. It's just, honestly, I actually will move Blastoise up to here because I do think looking at it, it is kind of cool. Just it's not a big a change between him and actual Blastoise. Manga Gengar is going up in the S tier just entirely because of its shiny being so much better than actual Gengar shiny. The fact that it got like a white shiny, like a white ghost shiny, that's really freaking cool. And I do like the design here. Like, look at that. It's got like these giant fists. I don't know what this circle is out there, but it's pretty cool. And then, like, yeah, like I said, the full on just white shiny that this thing gets. is sick. I don't know why Gengar itself didn't have a white shiny. And then with the black eyes and the pinkish sort of hue, like this color turns like pink. This is so cool. Oh, that would have been so cool if like Gengar itself got a white shiny, but like its shiny kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm gonna put Mega Kangaskhan. This might be a little weird, but I'm putting it in A tier just because I love how the baby grows up and hops out of the pouch. And I know that's the only thing that changes about it, but I think it's adorable and I think it's cool. I think it's a great Mega, even if it does absolutely like nothing but just the baby comes out of the pouch and grows up to be what it wants to be. But yes, this one right here, Mega Pinsir, is one of those that I just don't care about. I'm gonna put it right here. It's just Pinsir, but it gets bigger wings, and it's just kind of okay in my opinion. It's not one that I hate. I don't know if there's really any that I hate except for like one choice, but this one kind of sucky suck. Mega Gyarados. I love how this is so far the only Gen 1 Pokemon that's not a regional form that is Dark type. I mean, I guess technically it is a regional form because you get it in Kalos, but I mean, it's not like Alolan Rattata that gets the Dark type. It's just regular Gyarados, but Mega. And I think it's going in that C tier. It's just kind of okay. It's not something to look at and just be like, oh, okay, it's okay. I couldn't care less about it. It's just fine. I mean, I could care less, but it's not like I hate it. Mega Aerodactyl. I almost forgot what this thing's name was for a second. My favorite thing about this Pokemon is, I think it's like Pokedex entry is kind of just like depressing. Like, hold on, I have to look this up. Yeah, so like in Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, they talk about its mega evolution. So like in Ultra Moon, its Pokedex entry is in Moon, its Pokedex entry is when it mega evolves, it becomes more vicious than ever before. Some say that it's because of its excess of power that is causing its pain. In Ultra Sun, it says it'll attack anything that moves. Mega evolution is a burden on its body, so it becomes incredibly irritated. And Mega Evolution awakens some dormant genes, bringing back the sharp rocks that once covered Aerodactyl's entire body. This thing is in pain. And it's not the only Mega Pokemon that is in pain, but that's got to at least give it a B tier. This thing lives through pain, and it's still awesome. Mega Mewtwo X is a pretty good one. I like the fighting and psychic type, I think is what it is. It's a pretty cool Pokemon. Pretty cool design. I like him. Mega Mewtwo Y is our first one going down in D tier because it's kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly. I don't like him. He's kind of gross. He's yucky. He's really gross. I just don't really like him at all. X somehow did so good with 2 megas. And then so bad with 2 megas. How? How does it do that? Ampharos is obviously going in A tier. Like, look at this thing. It's freaking cool. I love Ampharos's mega. I like Ampharos's, like, cool locks of hair that it gets when it megas. And it becomes, I think, a Dragon Fairy typing, which is always an amazing type. No, I think it becomes an Electric Dragon. I think Dragon Fairy goes to Mega this thing, whatever it's called, Altaria. That's what gets the Mega there. But yeah, I like it. It's pretty neat. Scyther evolving into Scizor, getting a Mega is okay. I think I put it here because I do like the giant scissors, and I think Scizor is just one of those Pokemon that I never really thought needed a Mega. It's just an okay Pokemon. It's like not a Pokemon many people really think about, but honestly, it's cool. I'll take it. It looks kind of like robotic of sorts, looking at like a closer up image of this. It looks very robotic like, which is kind of cool. But other than that, is just a Scizor, and I don't care about Scizor that much. Heracross, it's gonna go down C tier. I don't, I never really cared too much about Heracross, but this thing just looks really terrible with the giant horn on its head. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know what they did here, but it offends me. It just got like this giant horn on its head, and like it already had a big horn on its head, but like it felt like it deserved to be there. And then this thing just like got a huge horn that makes it just look like not okay in my opinion. Mega Houndoom. I like Mega Houndoom. I like Houndoom in general, but Mega Houndoom is a really cool, spiky looking guy. I'm gonna have to put him in B tier though. He's just kind of okay, but other than that, that's just all I can really say about him. He's cool. I like him. Tyranitar, Mega Houndoom is a Pokemon that I like. Other than that, it's just okay. Anyway, Mega Tyranitar, one of the other Pokemon that has like an actual mega entry that is like terrifying. So in Ultra Sun and Moon, it says, due to its colossal power poured into it, this Pokemon's back split right open. Its destructive instincts are the only thing keeping it moving. And then the effects of Mega Evolution make it more ferocious than ever. It's unclear whether it can hear its trainer's orders. That is terrifying. That is legit terrifying. And the fact that this thing's back just split open and the only thing keeping it moving is anger is just insane. I'm gonna have to put him here. This is really cool. It's a really cool concept for Mega. I don't think it's really nice that all the Mega Pokemon, like the Mega Pokemon, are hurt, but I think it's a cool concept that this thing is just metal. Mega Blaziken, yeah, pretty self-standard. It's going in A tier. It's a pretty cool Mega. I think it was added, hold on. Yeah, so this thing was added in X and Y as like a gift Pokemon, and honestly, I think it's a really cool Pokemon to get a Mega. Like it has like fire fists. It's got like fire jutting out of its fists, which is cool. And then its shiny actually changes compared to like Blaziken. Regular doesn't have a changing shiny that much, but this is just a cool Pokemon. I like Mega Blaziken. Mega Gardevoir. I'm just gonna put it down here in C tier. I know it's the champions Pokemon in X and Y, but I never cared too much about Gardevoir, and I think it's just okay. I think it's just kind of, It's not terrible like this ugly thing, but it's not really the best thing either. If I had to like say anything. Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile. I like the giant mouths on its face. I'm gonna put it in like B tier. It's not something to gloss over, but it's not terrible. It's just kind of decent. I like the cool little mouths that come out of its head. Those are pretty cool. Mega Aggron is gonna go in C tier. I know it's like a worse Pokemon compared to regular Aggron, which, kind of sucks that it's a worse Pokemon. Like, I'm pretty sure it loses one of its typings and it just becomes a steel type. And yet that still makes it like kind of worse. I'm I say, yeah, this is where you go, buddy. You're gonna go right here, right in C tier. Next up, we have this guy, Mega Medicham. I'm gonna put him in C tier. Honestly, I don't care too much about him. I don't hate him like entirely, but I just don't care about him. Never really cared about Medicham anyway. It's like these images are so small. I have to look at it like a bigger image, which looking at like the bigger image, it's kind of neat, but honestly, I don't care too much. Ooh, I will say though, its shiny does give it a little bit of help. I might actually like. Oh, it's shiny actually gives it a lot of. I might actually move that up to B tier just for the shiny. Like, just for the shiny alone, that's a really cool Pokemon. That's actually a decent shiny. Mega Manectric. Yeah, it's gonna go in like a C tier. It's just, Manectric. It's got a little bit of thunder. People have called it banana. I don't know why. It doesn't look anything like a banana, but yeah, I mean, its shiny does save it a little bit too, because obviously it has the black shiny, which is awesome. But other than that, I think it's kind of just like, it's kind of bland in my opinion. Shuppet or Bayonet. Honestly, I really like this thing's design. I don't care for Bayonet as a Pokemon, but look at that thing. That thing is pretty cool looking. And I need to look at its shiny just to like get like a better look at it. Like to get like see what its shiny colors are. Oh my gosh, it's blue and pink. Oh, that is adorable. Oh, and it's got like a little zipper across its eye. Like okay, that is honestly a really cool one. It definitely deserves A tier. Pretty cool. Pretty cool one. Absol's also going in the A tier. I like the emo vibe that it gives off, and obviously it's a good Pokemon. Sorry, we have cats that are fighting outside. Yeah, I like Mega Absol. It's a pretty cool, decent looking Pokemon, in my opinion. It's neat. It's really cool. I like the emo vibe. Latios and Latias, you cannot convince me which one is which. Like, honestly, you cannot convince me which one is which. They're so impossible to tell the difference of. I think the only way you can tell the difference is like their eyes are a different color. Like, I think Latios has blue eyes, if I'm not mistaken. Or not. It's like very impossible to tell the difference between them. Because for some reason, the game is just like, oh, let's just give them the same shiny. Oh, you know what's weird? Latias has blue eyes, and then Latios has red eyes. And I'm pretty sure that's only in the shiny. In the regular form, Latios has red eyes, and Latias has like orange eyes, which is very hard to tell. So yeah, those are definitely going in D tier just because their shinies kind of they're both just the same Pokemon. Speaking of which, another D tier is Garchomp. This thing looks ugly, and I've heard it gets worse, which just deserves the A tier. It just deserves the D tier. And then it's shiny, while it is actually a change compared to Garchomp. I don't like the pink. The pink does not help it out. The pink and purple does not make it look good. And so, yeah, it's ugly. It has an ugly shiny. It's going in D tier. Don't need to explain any more as to why Mega Lucario gets a S tier. It's an amazing Pokemon. It is basically, in people's opinion, it is the face of Mega Evolution. This thing is cool. I like it a lot, and seeing Ash use it in the anime was pretty cool. Getting to use one as a part of like the story of X and Y when like you first get your Megas is pretty cool. I like it. It's an amazing Mega Pokemon, definitely top tier. Abomasnow is going in D tier because it kind of sucky. It's just, oh, Abomasnow got a little bigger. I mean, to be fair, let's be perfectly honest here. A lot of the Mega Pokemon are, oh, these Pokemon got bigger. But yeah, this thing just got bigger. This thing literally just got bigger. And that's really it. And it's just kind of a lame because of that. Gonna put down D tier right here. Mega Beedrill is one that is kind of just an okay slash for me. I think it's too much. Just like it's so many spikes, it's just too much in my opinion. I don't hate it, but I think in my opinion, it's just too much of a Pokemon. So that is where it's gonna go. Mega Pidgeot is one of the weirdest Pokemon, I think, to get a Mega. I would not have ever expected this Pokemon to get a Mega, but it did. Oh, it got a Mega all right, and it's kind of just okay. It's kind of just like a B tier or a C tier, in my opinion. It's just kind of okay. I love Mega Slowbro here. It's so adorable. And the whole like Shelter Clam is basically just absorbed its entire body. I kind of wish that Slow King would have gotten a cool Mega too. We could have seen a Mega Slow King. That would have been awesome. But I think this is a funny Pokemon to have a Mega here, and I like the Mega here. It's just like the Shelter's eaten him. He's forever dead. He's forever stuck inside the mouth of Shelter until like he gets the battle ends. Mega Steelix is one of those that I think is just a little bit too much. Like Beedrill here, it's just like kind of just exists, and it's a little bit too much. I'm trying to get like a better look at it. I do like the little rainbow rocks that kind of jet out from it, so I think I'm gonna put it like a little bit up to B tier. But other than that, it's just a little much. It's just a little too much. I don't really understand how the floating rocks work on it, so we're just gonna put it in B tier. Sceptile is going up into A tier right there. Look at that. It becomes a Christmas tree, which is amazing. And also, Sceptile is my favorite Hoenn starter, so I'm automatically gonna like this thing, but I think it's really, really cool in itself, a really cool Mega. And then getting the dragon typing, top tier Pokemon. Sceptile was the only only starter in Generation 3 to not get like a secondary typing. So giving it the secondary typing of Dragon here, that's pretty cool. People are gonna hate me, but I don't really care for Mudkip and its entire evolution line. It's kinda just bad. And Swampert is C tier. It's just bad. I don't really care for it that much. I mean, it gets muscles, and literally looking at this thing, I have to look at. I typed in Marshtomp and I meant Swampert, but I typed in Marshtomp, and that's what happens when you do wrong. It gives muscles, and that's really all I can say about Swampert. I don't care for it. It's just gonna go in C tier. I love the gem. It's pretty cool. Sableye is a Pokemon that I never have seen as too amazing, but the big gem that turns green when it's shiny, oh, this thing is so cool looking. And like, I like how Sableye doesn't change too much when it becomes Mega. I think its eyes change really, and it gets a little bit more spikes, but the gem being like this huge giant gem that it can use as like a shield is just awesome. I think this is a really cool one, in my opinion. Really, really a decent Mega. And we're going to get to see more of it in the Horizons anime because one of the main characters uses a Mega Salamence or Mega Sableye. So that's going to be pretty cool. I don't care about you, Sharpedo. I don't care about you. Man, you just get a little spiky, you get a little bit of torn dorsal fins, whatever these are called, torn fins. And that's really it. You're supposed to be a torpedo, not whatever this thing is. And I don't care about you. Mega Camerupt, on the other hand, is an amazing Mega. The fact that its body becomes a giant, like a volcano. Look at that. Look at that. It literally, its body becomes a volcano, and it's like the mascot of Team Magma. So, like, getting to see this thing when playing through, like, Pokemon Omega Ruby, that's pretty cool. And Camerupt is just a Pokemon that I do enjoy a lot. So, getting a cool Mega that makes it like an actual volcano, that's pretty neat. And then we have this thing, Altaria BB. I don't care for it. It gets fluffier. It's already fluffy enough. I mean, Dragon and Fairy is a pretty cool typing. That's a pretty cool typing combination. But other than that, it just sucks. It just gets fluffier, so it's gonna go in C because the only good thing about it is its typing. Glalie. I actually have Glalie's Mega entry already pulled up here. The excess energy from Mega Evolution spilled over from its mouth, breaking its jaw. The power of Mega Evolution was so strong that it smashed Glalie's jaw. Its inability to eat very well leaves Glalie irritated. This thing is just a broken jaw, and that is metal as heck. Enough to make it into B tier, in my opinion. I love how it's just like, oh, this thing's just a broken jaw. Although it is kind of depressing that it can't eat when it's in Mega, so it's kind of suffering. Low key, Mega Evolution is kind of terrible for the Pokemon. Hopefully, the Megas that we're gonna definitely get in ZA aren't gonna have like terrible Dex entries because, like, low key, Glalie is kind of a little bit sad. Pour one out for the Glalie, man. Pour one out for Glalie. Sorry, buddy. Salamence is a pretty cool Mega, and the fact that Roaring Moon kind of takes inspiration from it, which is the best future Paradox the best present Paradox Pokemon. I love Roaring Moon, and it takes like the cool look from the Mega into its design, which is really cool. So yeah, and then Sun, it has like a brutal Dex entry where it's like anyone standing in its path gets sliced right in two. While this Pokemon continues its flight without interruption, this thing just cuts people in half. And he doesn't care. He doesn't stop. He just keeps going. I gotta say, that's pretty cool. Metagross is one of those that is also pretty cool. In fact, it's so cool, it gets an S tier. Metagross just like, I think is supposed to be like 8 Beldum. And look at that. Look at Metagross. I need to look up and see if it has like any cool Mega Dex entry that I'm missing here. Mega Evolution stimulated its brain. It emerged as a ruthless Pokemon that will clutch at any means of ensuring its victory. So this thing is so smart. And it also wants to kill. That's kind of terrifying, actually, if you think about it. When it knows it can't win, it digs the claws on its leg into its opponent and starts the countdown to a big explosion. Okay, yeah, it definitely deserves A tier. This thing, like, it's gonna take the opponent out, even if it takes itself out. That's pretty terrifying. Rayquaza is the best Mega Pokemon of all time. You can't tell me otherwise. Its shiny is one of the best shinies of all time. The yellow and orange and black is an amazing combination. I love Mega Rayquaza. It is beautiful. It is my favorite Mega Pokemon. It is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And the fact that you just get basically a free one in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, that's pretty cool. I love this thing. It's so cool. So cool. You get to ride on it in that game. And then its Mega shows back up in Rescue Team DX in like the final boss battle, which is so cool. This thing is just so amazing. I love it. Lopunny. It's a Pokemon that I don't understand why I got a Mega. It's fighting in normal, and it's kind of just not good. Just, I wouldn't say it's terrible. Is what I'm already looking at right now. That's already going to go as the worst Pokemon on this list, but yeah. Lopunny's just okay. I do like how it kind of gets like this fighting suit look, but honestly, it's just fine. Glade, I love it. The fact that it's, what's his name? Wally? Is that what his name is? Wally? Wally's Pokemon in ORAS? That's pretty cool. Like the routes he gets evolves into Mega Glade. That was a pretty cool part to see in ORAS and like in his final battle. I loved it. So this thing definitely deserves to be an A tier. I'm going to save you to the end. Diancie is just okay. I think its design alone deserves for it to be in the B tier, but it's not something to be pretty crazy about. It's just fine. It's one of the harder Megas to get a hold of. It's the only Gen 6 Pokemon to get a Mega so far. And you know what? I'll take it as a Gen 6 Pokemon to get a Mega. Because at least it's not the only Pokemon to get a Mega in its generation that definitely does not deserve it. I'm going to put it in B tier. Because its design is pretty cool. It's got that little chandelier of crystals. So yeah. Let's talk about the worst Mega Pokemon in the history of Mega Pokemon. Audino sucks. It's a normal fairy typing, if I remember correctly, and that's the only cool thing about it, is that it gets the fairy typing. This thing sucks. So it was introduced in ORAS. You can't even really get Audino like through the main story in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire like easily. It's like in one of the Mirage Islands, which you can only get once you get the Elon Flute, which the Mirage Island it shows up on couldn't even spawn that day. It could be like a bunch of days before it even summons. And then on top of that, I don't think you get the Mega Stone until during the the Delta episode. So this thing is just useless, and it's bad. As the only Generation 5 Pokemon out of all 156 Generation 5 Pokemon, this is the only one to get a Mega, is depressing. Generation 5 has so many cool Pokemon that should have gotten a Mega. Like, Crocodile would have been really cool to see a Mega of. Chandelure would have been cool. Excadrill. Mega Electros would have been so cool. And we're stuck currently on March 25th, 2025, with the ugly Mega Audino. I did not want to have to end off this list on a terrible note, but I just had to end off this list talking about just how much I hate Mega Audino. This Pokemon sucks so much, and I don't know if there's anyone out there. Leave in the comments if you're a fan of this Pokemon. I don't know if there's anyone out there that likes Mega Audino. I'd be surprised if there was. Just saying, this thing sucks. This thing is ugly. This thing sucks as the only Generation 5 Mega. If you like this thing, put it in the comments that you like it. Other than that, it's the worst Mega Pokemon in my opinion. And these are all the cool Mega Pokemon. These are how I would rank all the Mega Pokemon. Obviously, the top 5 are choices that make a lot of sense. They're the iconic ones. The iconic, cool-looking ones. But honestly, that just makes them even cooler. I'm not the biggest fan of Mega Evolution, but when it's cool looking, like Rayquaza there, I'll definitely use it. It's pretty cool looking. Other than that, though, yeah, we have Rayquaza as the best guy and Audino as the worst. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see what new Megas are going to come in Legends ZA. And we'll definitely rank those on their own list once they come out. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.